Hello, everyone. Let's look at some charts and see what's going on with the market. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right. Let's start here at SPX. And if you own JEPI, this will be important for you. We talked about last time I made a chart video that we're in this long period of consolidation and we're looking for a dynamic move out of it. We indeed did get this dynamic move, and SPX went to all-time highs. Let's got the weekly chart here. Let me find this weekly chart so I can pull this up for you. Here we go. Okay, so we're looking for a double top move with the other former old high. We just haven't gotten it. So we're looking for a double top and for maybe the markets to pull back. And instead of pulling back, let's go back here. We got a correction through time, as you see there. So when markets don't pull back and they need to take a breather, sometimes they'll just chop around, and this is your clue for a pullback. Since that time, SPX has just ripped. Let's look at NDX here. Let's look at NDX for our QQQY people, including myself. So we're pulling this chart up here. As you see here, it didn't really have this longer period of consolidation. It had a little bit here, as you see, between 165 and 170, but it wasn't as clear cut as SPX, as we did dip below that level. But again, we just kind of consolidated there and again ripped up. It does look like NDX is trying to start another consolidation period. As you see here, the last 4 days, it has just basically stayed in this area. Will we get a dynamic move out of it? Or will it drop back down to this 20-period moving average or maybe the 50-period moving average? We will have to wait and see. Let's look at NDX on the weekly. So this chart is just extremely bullish, right? It has surpassed the old former highs. It did during this down period there come down, touch a 50-period moving average. Then the next candle held it, and since that point, it has really ripped. We're definitely in need of a pullback, but again, it could just be another correction through time like we're having right now. We'll have to wait a few more days and just see what develops from this level. Let's look at the Russell today. And honestly, the Russell is just doing what the Russell does. I've talked about this stock or this ETF rather, or this market, sorry, for quite some time and how it trades in channels. Again, we talked about a buying opportunity for me was on the 190 level there. And let me show you this here. So I told you guys I was buying IWMY down here at this 190 level. Why was I doing that? Because it looks like it was making this middle channel here that has made in the past, and indeed it looks like that. I'm looking for the Russell to go up to about the 210, maybe 205, and then come back down again and just do what it does and chop around in this little channel area until it breaks out and goes to the top channel area up here. I fully expect the Russell to do this this year. I expect it to break out of this middle channel area, but it could be, a couple, 3 months before it does it, and then go up there and start making that channel. I want to look at coin today, and I want to show you something. We're going to look at coin on a daily. For those of you that own Coney, I made a video about this about a week ago. That this 120 level was pretty important because as you see here to the left, draw a little trend line here so you can see this. This former area was resistant. Then once we broke out of it, it was always going to come back probably and test the 120 level, which it indeed did. And it held the 120 level like we talked about when I made that video, and we're getting the bounce off of it that we expected. We have the 100-period moving average there in red that came up also to the 120 level. Lots of support there, and since that point, coin has taken off. Let us look at Tesla. Okay, Tesla, again, we're going to go this daily chart. We talked about before in my videos. Actually, we'll start off with the weekly, and then we'll go down to the daily chart. So I pointed out several times that this 180 level is pretty important to Tesla. It is a support area because as you see here, this first line, it used to be resistance, right? And then it got above it, it came back down, tested it as support, and then the last time it was there, ripped up. Well, since that point in time, Tesla's been on a pretty big downtrend, as you can see right here with this trend line. We've done nothing but create higher lows or lower highs, right? So it came back down. It is now testing the 180. It is starting to get a bounce off of it. I expect it to get to 200 possibly, and then maybe have some resistance there. Let's go look at this on a daily, get a little closer look here. Okay, so the 200 level is pretty important for Tesla. So I would expect it to gravitate towards this 200 level. Will it get rejected there and come back down, or will it break through the 200 level and fill this gap from earnings? Sorry, I got a lot of lines on here, guys. I'm sorry about that. See this gap right there that earnings created? I'd expect Tesla to fill that gap, much like, as you see over here, this gap right there was formed from the last earnings. After a period of time, it went ahead and filled that gap. I would expect this gap also to be filled on Tesla. Markets are looking good. We got some information coming this week. We got the Fed talking. So we will see what happens. But I will, I'm not buying any QQQY right now. And the only reason I'm not buying QQQY right now is because the markets are so stretched. I'm waiting for another pullback like we got there for me to purchase more QQQY. Other than that, the markets are just beautiful. Waiting on another pullback. We'll see what happens. This is Mike, the Tactical Stock.